Well, hello and welcome people to the internet to another adventure. My name is Ganyonz and today we're checking out a demo for the game called Guncho. Guncho is a pocket-sized turn-based tactics game. So a lot of these turn-based tactic games you find, they have these pretty big maps and you're, trying to organize different teams of, it could even be down from like 3 players. It could be all the way up to an entire army of like 10, 12, 15 characters. And those can be fun. You have a lot of units to use, but sometimes like their movements are not like super important to where they go, right? You kind of just move them into an area, but you don't need to be super precise with how they're moving. Guncho is a little bit different. So Guncho, very small maps. Every move is super important. All your turns are super important. Now, I do want to say I did already record a video of this, and I'm not super happy with how it turned out. So I'm re-recording this. Basically, there were a lot of mechanics I didn't fully understand the first time around, and even the ones I did, I wasn't playing around them properly. So I wanted to give this one another shot. So we'll see if some of the issues I had with my first playthrough end up coming through again, and if they do, I'll talk about them either as they come up or at the end when I give my final thoughts of this game. So for starters, let's just jump into normal. There is a tutorial mode, which you can go through the menu settings. But for the most part, mechanics are all pretty straightforward. So basically, you can see the map is extremely small. Up on the left for the UI, we have the amount of times we can restart a level. Each time we complete a level, we'll get a new restart. And basically, the entire game is built into 7 levels. You have 6 basic levels, and then the 7th is a boss fight, which it's actually pretty tough to get to in the demo. So the demo is actually limited to 75 turns total. You can do as many runs as you want, but in order to get to the boss, you have to complete it in 75 turns. So we are on map 1 of 7, and this is how many waves there are. So there's 1 wave of enemies. This symbol is where all the enemies are going to pop up, and we have a bunch of obstacles here. So we have things like walls, can't shoot through walls. Later on, we'll have other obstacles, which we'll talk about then. We have things like fences. We can shoot through fences. Every turn, we get 1 action. So we can either move or shoot. Now, the main unique gimmick, I'm going to call it gimmick. Gimmick has like a bad word. So there's got to, or a bad like vibe about it. There's got to be another word other than gimmick that I can use for stuff like this. But basically, it's the revolver. So we have 6 shots, and these 6 shots align with the hex tiles on the map. So if I wanted to shoot this unit right here, we could go behind Guncho. Right, this tile is straight ahead of him. So if we rotate it, you can kind of see the one that's straight ahead of him, that's not currently highlighted, is the top X in his chamber. So if I wanted to shoot this tile, I would be shooting this bullet. Every time we move, so like if I move here, the chamber is going to rotate. If I want it to rotate the other way, I can just swap direction, and now you see the chamber swaps the other way. That's how we're going to be moving the chamber around to try and line up shots here. So I will say right off the bat, one thing that I'm not crazy about is while we only have 1 move or 1 shot, the enemies can move and do an action. They don't do an action immediately. Their actions are delayed. So basically every turn for them is going to be action move because they set up their action on the previous turn, which I'm not super crazy about. And we'll see why later, I'm sure. So here, the Trapper does a couple different things. The Trapper right now, he's trying to kick us and he's going to push us. But the Trapper can also put down a trap and then kick it in a direction. And basically everything has 1 life. So if we take damage, we die. Being pushed isn't going to do anything. It's going to push us into this wall. Anytime a character is pushed into something like a wall or another character, it stuns them for a turn. So we don't want to do that. We are going to take out this Trapper. We'll just shoot in this direction. He goes down. That's the end of our turn. So see, now these guys take their move, they prep their action, so they're both attacking this square right here. That's why it's red. Anything that's red is currently being affected by enemies. So we are likely, let's see, so if we go here, we might get trapped next turn. So I think what I'm going to do is maybe trying to corner them this way. So let's use the wall for cover. They both attack there. Now they're both swinging at this. So unfortunately, like basically what would happen is if I shot this unit, this one's going to attack me and kill me. So now you can see, and enemies can kill other enemies. So, but one of the things that I'm not crazy about is that there is no turn order that you can see. So, for example, this guy that was right here, he attacked first, then moved, then this unit attacked. Now, had it happened the other way, I mean, it still could have been the same outcome, but these will obviously get much more complicated. And actually, for right now, I'm just going to wait for him to move towards me. So what we can do is, if you don't want to move, you can click a bullet. It will take the bullet out of the chamber, and it will rotate your chamber. In order to reload, all your bullets have to be removed from the chamber, and then you'll get 6 new bullets. At the end of every map, we get an upgrade, so we can either take an ability or ammunition. Abilities have no cooldown, so you can just use it every turn if you want. We are going to look at abilities here. So you have Bullet Split. We can shoot a target in range and a target behind it at any distance with a single bullet, which is really, really nice. There's an enemy later that I will talk about when we get to, but typically our shots only have a distance of 3 tiles. Bullet Split, making that we can shoot as far as we want, super nice. I have liked Cylinder Spin. That rotates the cylinder 180 degrees, so it basically, and then we can shoot a target in range. So it's basically 2 actions in one. And it can increase the chance we get some hits. Or we can take a wall jump. I tried wall jump a couple times. Was not super crazy about it. Probably just going to take the Bullet Split here. We can get 2 kills in one, and we'll see probably later. Getting multiple kills on a turn, really, really nice. And pretty important, especially when we're getting overrun. Okay, so here we have a couple new obstacles. We have TNT. TNT, whenever it's shot or destroyed in any way, will explode and kill everything in the immediate vicinity, and then anything 2 tiles away is going to get pushed back. We also have an oil slick here. Oil slicks, if you walk over them, or if anything goes over them for that matter, they continue going. They slide forward to the next tile. They can also burn, so like if this TNT explodes, this will catch on fire. Fire tiles will kill you immediately, so don't walk on them. So I think here we're just going to move to this tile, see what everyone does. So this guy's not really a threat to us. We have the Trapper who's going to throw down a trap. Immediately, it's not going to do anything, but on his following turn, he can kick that trap at us. We, of course, have a Gunslinger here. The Gunslinger, just like us, it's basically the same thing as us. Can shoot up to 3 tiles away. So we're just going to take him out. Excuse me. Yeah, so now you can see the Trapper is trying to push this trap at us. Let's see. So here, I think we just want to... Well, actually, we can just take out this Trapper. It's totally free. And then we can go ahead and... Okay, so what I'm going to do here, this is a little bit of pre-planning, which, God, I didn't do when I was trying this the first time. If we keep the chamber exactly how it is, this bullet will shoot the XI. This Trapper isn't really doing anything, right? He's just putting a trap here. So what we can actually do, if we change the direction of how this spins, the chamber is going to rotate clockwise, which means this bullet is going to go here, and we can get the kill next turn. Just like that. Sometimes it's that easy. Sometimes I found it's not that easy. So let's take another ability here. Multi-shoot is incredible. Leap is pretty good too. But I think I'm going to take multi-shoot. Multi-shoot, basically, if you have multiple directions that would be a confirmed hit, you can do them. Now, they do come in a random order, which can sometimes matter. But I'm just going to take the multi-shoot. I really like multi-shoot. Okay, so we are kind of swamped here. Cactuses, if you get pushed into them, they kill you. Pretty self-explanatory. All right, I apologize for the blip in the video. Just had to grab a cough drop. My voice is a little scratchy today. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do here, hopefully can get a kill from here. Actually, this is probably the best enemy that could be here. So we'll take out the Gunslinger. Let's see, what is being... Got it. Okay, so we can kind of see a little preview of what's trying to happen here, right? Now, this woodcutter, he could hit us, but he's being rude, and he's attacking the TNT barrel, which is why this is looking like it's going to explode. That would explode and explode this, which is why this is exploding. But we can just shoot you and then ignore all that. Okay, so the trapper's throwing down a trap here. We have a new enemy here. Got the miner. Miner throws down dynamite. Dynamite acts exactly as TNT does, but it's on a delay. So he's going to throw down a stick of dynamite, and it's on a 2-turn delay. Let's see, we also got another gunslinger down here. But I think there's no sense in us moving. Actually, we got a pretty decent multi-shot here. Let's go ahead and get that off. Okay. And that's why we don't do that. Yeah. So, unfortunately, you don't get to choose how many you shoot. It just automatically shoots if you have every shot in range. So I kind of forgot that TNT was in range. Okay. Let's take out the woodcutter again. Yep. Take out the gunslinger again. So see this is another, not the cactus. This guy right here, not the cactus. Okay, let's just rotate this a little bit. Can I click you? There we go. Sharpshooter. Basically the same thing as gunslinger, but he can shoot as far away as he wants. So we are we just screwed here? Can I just not do anything? Can't go here. Can't go here. Can't stay here. Can't move here. Can't move here. Interesting. Yep, just dead. Well, okay. That's something I didn't know. So, the trapper cannot throw a trap down. Right. Read the card explains the card. He can throw a trap on an empty tile. So, if you take up the tile he's going to throw it on, it removes that. Okay. So, we did have a move we could do. So, we can go ahead and shoot him. Now, likely, he's going to try and come behind us. So, that is this spot. So, we want this bullet. So, I think I'm going to go to reload that. Yeah, so he comes behind us. We can shoot him. Okay. A little miscalculation there at first. But, we solved it. Here we're going to take another ability. I think the abilities are just so much better than the ammunition. There is some ammunition that I thought was good, but it can cause issues in your run. And we'll talk about that if we see it. I'm going to take tackle. Swap is fine, but you have to be adjacent. So I don't know how useful it is. Tackle seems pretty decent. We can use it for maneuverability. We can also push somebody into a wall, cactus, fire, TNT, whatever. I guess TNT is fine. Yeah, so I'm going to take the tackle. Okay, let's see here. So you can see the map opens up a little bit more each time. We're going to be starting here with 4 enemies. Where is the best place to be? I guess the best place to be is probably maybe down here. It seems like up here we might be able to get some like decently quick kills though. It kind of depends on what comes out. Okay, so yeah, see, so the problem here is like we have a pretty decent multi-kill, except that we would also shoot the TNT, so we can't do that. However, this guy's a bit of an idiot. We got the kamikaze, who's literally going to blow himself up. So he's going to kill the woodcutter. So with that being the case, he's going to push this barrel down here. So we could go here or here. Which one is better? Probably this way. We might be able to force the kamikaze to explode. Yeah, see, so we can force you to explode. You're stunned. So basically, I can come up here. Never mind. There was fire. Was not paying attention to that. Yeah, see, so there's definitely a lot. I mean, on these small maps, like, it's tough. You definitely have to pay attention to everything, because so much stuff here will just kill you. Okay, this is actually a fantastic multi-shot, isn't it? What? Okay, am I missing anything? We can do one. We can kill you. We can kill you. We can kill you. Can't shoot that. Can't shoot that. Yeah, I can just literally kill everybody. Nice. That was pretty sweet. Okay, so what I'm going to do here now is just try and reload. Okay. This is one big complaint that I have, is I feel like this game is missing a turn order indicator. So you can see here that I have 2 arrows on my head, right? One of those arrows is because this chick's going to throw a Molotov cocktail. And which is exactly what you would expect. Moves 1 tile. She can throw explosive bottles over obstacles 2 tiles away on explosion. Any adjacent units pushed away back 1 tile. So she's going to start a fire on this tile, but I would be pushed back, which is what this arrow is. This ram, while not going to kill me, if it hits me, is going to push me back this way. Now, if I knew for a fact that this character was going to go first and push me back here, I would be safe from this ram from being pushed into the cactus. I don't know that, however. So in a game like this, where literally one mistake costs you the entire map, this is a little bit too much RNG, I think. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but if you're going to build like this super, super tight-knit tactic combat game where literally you only have 1 move a turn and you have to be super accurate and super precise about everything, I don't know why you like my entire map is literally right here based on RNG. So while I could use this to my advantage, I have to move. Like, I could get the kill here. Well, regardless, I couldn't get the kill here because then the ram would push me in. So I do have to move. If I move here, that doesn't help me. But the reason why it could help me, well, I guess it couldn't anyway because it has to be a shot. I can't choose to reload. I would have to take the shot. And if I were to tackle here, would that stun the ram? Let's find out together. I guess not, but it pushed me out of the way. So that was actually probably the best move I could do. Okay, that was not what I wanted you to do. I wanted the ram to go through the fire. Okay, since nobody's hurting me, I'm going to take this time to reload. Yep, can't do a multi-shot because that's going to shoot the TNT. So let's go ahead and shoot Molotov. Ram should die, I think. Well, let's move here. I want to move away from the TNT. Yeah, ram kills itself. You're just moving back. Which I don't... Try and set up some multi-hits here. Okay, so we have a really decent multi-shot, don't we? We can kill this guy. See, this is where it gets interesting. Like, if I shoot this first... Okay, let's try it out. Let's get this kill first. Sorry, that's my cough drop that I'm chomping on. Okay. We have found the enemy that I want to make comment on, that I do not understand, and it is this one, the cowgirl. Let me read this, and I'm going to give you guys a second to process and see if you understand where I'm going to go with this. The cowgirl is a ranged character that moves 1 tile per turn. She can catch the player at a minimum of 1 distance tile, but has an unlimited range. Once caught, the player is pulled towards the cowgirl and stunned for the next turn. I'm going to give you guys just a second. Okay. I don't understand logically, right? Everything has kind of logic, right? Like the ram can't really, like, obviously woodcutter has an axe. He can kill you, and he has an axe, so he's going to attack in a range of 1. The ram isn't going to kill a person, but he will push you over. Fine. TNT will explode, killing everything near it, but it's not the most powerful explosive, so if you're 2 away, sure, it's going to push you back. Okay, we need to have some limitations, so, you know, there's a difference between gunslinger and the rifleman. So gunslingers, you know, revolvers don't have the greatest range, so we can shoot 3 spaces away, but the rifle guys, they can shoot across the map. Why is it that a rifle can only shoot 3 spaces away, but a lasso can go all the way across the map? I don't know. I don't know why I keep getting hung up on this, but when I saw this the first time and then I saw it implemented in the game, I was like, I do not understand. I just don't understand. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get out of the way. Let's tackle you. Man, if I had the split shot here, I would feel so good about this. But she can't really hurt me, though. And the woodcutter can't do anything, so let's just take this turn and reload. Yeah, so see, I'm stunned. So now I got to deal with whatever these guys want to do. But I am protected in the back from the flame. But the thing is, I have a pretty decent multi-shot now. And then the ram's going to kill itself. So, ended up not being the worst. We were pretty lucky in that 2 of the enemies there couldn't actually hurt us. After hitting a target, increase the amount of adjacent tiles that get burned by 1. Or increase the range of your bullets by 1. Or after unloading a bullet, increase the amount of bullets that are reloaded by 1. Huh. Yeah, I don't fully... I mean, so does this mean that you can just never fully unload your gun? Kind of don't want that. Kind of thinking the range might be what I want. Especially if these... when the maps keep getting bigger. Okay. So we have 4 enemies, 3 waves. Ideally, I will stay away from the TNT. So let's just go ahead, move right here for now. We have a ram. We got the kamikaze who just stunned himself. You have range. But I can't really shoot anything. I mean, I could shoot the ram. Might as well just take the kill while I can. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to get shot here. So, and I can't even multi because, yeah. So let's go ahead and just move up here. Okay, so you're going to explode. Unfortunately, again, I can't multi-shot. So I'm going to rotate this. And we can't stun this way because we'll be stuck in this tile. Don't want to do that. Let's swap that. I think this is actually reasonable. Someone's going to pop up here. I can potentially get multi-shots off this way. Which is definitely what I'm going to do. So when I did that, I did intentionally set it up so that I couldn't shoot the TNT. But if I had set it up the other way, I wouldn't be able to shoot this. So it ended up being obviously the better pick. Let's see. What do we want to do here? Throw a Molotov here. You're throwing TNT there. Okay, let's move up a step. So you are in exploding range. I feel like that's not super good for you. And we can kind of corner you. What are you doing? Well, so we have more enemies that are going to pop up. Right now, the enemies that are here aren't doing anything. Ooh, this is potentially dangerous. I was going to reload, but I don't know that I have time to... It's interesting. I don't know that I'm going to have time to reload. I think I'm just going to go for it. Nice. Okay, so literally, like, only one enemy here can actually hurt me. So what happens if I'm stunned and I need to reload? I don't want to find... Actually, I think I'm fine to find out. Because if the ram hits me, it's going to push me this way. And you're going to push there. Okay. You incinerate yourself. We have another enemy that doesn't do anything. I'm telling you right now, this does not happen all the time with all the enemies that don't actually hurt you. There are very much times where you just have a million of the miners, and it's very difficult to move around. Let's take care of that ram. We're safe back here for a little while. But I do need to start making my way down here to get the remaining kills. There we go. Okay, we can pick up some new ammunition. What do we want? We have piercing. Pierce through obstacles. Explosives. After a full reload, increase the amount of bullets that explode on the first impact by 1, or we can pull. I'm going to try the explosive. I haven't tried this yet, so I don't fully know how it works. So, like, I don't know if it means you get a bullet on your first, like, if this is a full reload, which it might. It looks like this is the explosive bullet. Okay, so... Units 2 tiles, we would push back. So I don't fully remember if you get pushed, how far away do you get pushed? Like, so for example, if I were to move here and I shot this TNT, would I get pushed here or into the cactus? I'm pretty sure I'd get pushed back until I hit something. So I don't really want to do that. So I think I'm just going to move here. Because then I still have a shot on this guy. But now you have a shot on me. Which I think I'm fine to just take you out. We're going to get TNT down here, but that doesn't matter this turn. Well, I can't shoot you anyway. Now, I gotta be careful the TNT here. Okay. So we got a lot of explosions going on back here. This is about to explode, which is going to explode this. This is going to catch on fire. Now, why? Oh, this is being targeted by him. Okay. So I don't want to move here because this is going to hit me into the cactus. I think... I don't know what direction this is going to push me in. But I know that I'm safe here. Okay. Got a ram. Yep, you're shooting all the way down here. So, let's go ahead and move back here. What do we want to do here? Moving in these squares doesn't do anything because the ram's going to hit us. Although... Yeah, see, I don't remember if this is going to slide me all the way to the cactus. Okay, well, I didn't mean to do that. Oh, actually, that's pretty good that it gives us a preview, though. Okay, I'm fine with that move. Huh. So these two squares are off limits. This might push me back into the TNT. That's fine. I'm stunned. Okay, I'm dead. Okay, let's take a restart. Let's go back here. There's less obstacles this way. Right now I have two. Let's see. I can kill you. I can kill you. Okay, let's take the multi-hit. Let's get to safety behind the wall. Don't care about you. You're just going to push me. Multi-shot I can't do anyway. So let's just knock out this Molotov. Now the ram would push me, but I don't know that I necessarily care about that. We could go here. Okay, blew yourself up, idiot. Ram burnt himself, idiot. Okay, so this is going to push me. Let's go ahead and go here. Now we have two open lanes that we can shoot at. But let's swap this. There we go. Okay, I gotta kind of come back and get back into range. Okay, so currently I'm being shot by 2 guys, but I can take both of them out with a multi-shot. Now, unfortunately, the explosive bullet is going back here. I would love it if the explosive shot was going here. Oh, and I'm going to shoot this TNT. Okay, so we get a reload. Now we have got to get out of the way. We don't really have a choice there where we go. Again, we don't really have a choice where we go here. I'll be honest, didn't know that was going to happen. Yeah, now this bullet is hurting us. So let's get the explosive bullet out of the way. Okay, well, you're an idiot. You just literally killed both of yourselves. Okay. Gonna be honest, this is the best so far a run has gone. I have not had a run this successful. I didn't even realize we were on map 6. But yeah, the other runs I did, not as successful as this one. Okay, so now I want to swap this to go the other way. So, you're not exploding us yet. You're going to push me that way, so I probably just want to take you out. Okay, now you're going to explode yourself, but you're not hitting me. So, like, what do I care? I don't care anything. Yeah, just blow yourself up. Why did I do that? For fun. Okay, let's just go ahead and do that. Just to get out here. And now we have multi-shot. Man, okay, so this is tough because all the thoughts, man. It is interesting, my own inner thoughts, because my thoughts are changing, but to be fair, my thoughts are changing because I'm doing better this run. So that's not completely fair. Ricochet, this is another bullet that I'll talk about. I'm not going to take it. So the reason I don't like Ricochet, again, so my issue was that I think that there is a fine line between do you want your tactical turn base to be extremely sweaty, you plan out every single action perfectly and you get rewarded for perfect gameplay, or do you want it to be like fun, casual, there's a bit of RNG, it's a bit of wild, and that's what the randomness is doing, right? So, but the problem with these ricochets, and the reason why it's so tough, is because you're putting everything on a smaller map, right? And so in doing so, you're kind of maybe intrinsically isn't the right word, but you're saying to the player, this is a smaller map, your decisions are more intimate, and so the decisions you make are each decision you make is super important, especially when the move pool is so small, right? You have one move. You have one move or one action. So basically, it's the developer saying you have to be extremely precise with how you're doing things. That being said, adding in RNG elements like this ricochet, like, oh, what enemies were random? Hang on, I wrote it down here because I wanted to remember. Having things like multi-hit, going in a random order, not knowing the turn order of certain enemies, take some of those tactical decisions out, right? We had the instance before where tactically it was the best move for me to reload my shot to completely reload my chamber, because if I knew that the Molotov character was going to push me out of the way of the ram, then I would be safe for the turn. But I didn't know that, and so if the ram went first, it was going to hit me into what? Either fire or cactus or something. So because of that, I couldn't be tactical in my decision. I had to play around the RNG, which was not the best move for the turn. And so that's why I don't like Ricochet here. While it is occasionally good and you'll get a 2-for-1 out of your shot, there's also instances where you might have an enemy and there's two different directions it could go to hit something. It could either hit an opponent or it could hit TNT. And maybe that TNT is close enough to you that it will kill you. So this can basically remove one of your options being to attack an enemy, because you don't want the RNG of it hitting TNT to completely ruin your run. Now, obviously, that could be... so because of that, I'm just going to take Rush. But because of that, it's negatively impacting how many actions you have. Now, you could balance it. Okay, I have not seen this boss before. I have not gotten to this point yet. So obviously you could balance that by maybe making it so that you have 2 hits per map. But, you know, maybe that goes... and it completely changes the balancing of the whole game. See, so that, like, the boss has 3 hits. Okay, let's see. Oh, okay, the boss can teleport. Jeez. Okay. So let's stay away from the TNT. Okay. That would have been nice to know. So he's going to pop up there. So let's prepare to shoot him from here. Okay, so something like that. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to get a hit on... Like, so I can get a hit on the boss, but then he just one-hits me. Yeah, there's stuff like that I just don't fully understand. So, I'm guessing that means you're just going to go straight forward. So if you're going to go straight forward, you're going to stop here. Oh no, so I have to do that to something, which obviously I don't want to do. But there's no way for me to hit this square. No, you just go through the wall. Okay. And you're going to teleport here. So, can I just hold position? But I don't even want to hold position. I mean, I can do that. So you're going to push me this way. Which stuns me. If we get this, I think it's going to be more luck than anything. Can I push you into the fire? No, I just... Okay. Like, see, I don't... I hit the enemy, but he moved, then I hit the oil slick, then I went into the fire. Okay. Now where are you going to go? So you're going to go here. So I guess let's just do the same thing we did last time. You're going to push me here so I can get a shot off on here. Teleport there. So I'm okay to get a shot off on you. So basically all this RNG is exactly the same. So you are going to go here. So if I go here, I have no way of getting my shot to hit you. So if I go here, am I fine? Okay, so you're coming in a straight line here and hitting me into the spikes, which I obviously don't want. That's not good. That's not good. Okay, so I can't hit you either way once you get down here. But I have to go here, otherwise I die. Man, if only the shot wasn't explosive. The problem is it's going to kill me. And I die because it pushes me back 2 squares. Okay, I get one more shot. I guess let's just run back everything the same. It seems like the RNG keeps itself. So you're going to pop up here. So if I go here, can't shoot you. If I flip this, can I shoot you? No. Then I guess let's go here. You're attacking in this line. So you're going to go all the way down there, huh? So you're going to pop up here. I can shoot you like this. So let's go ahead and go here. And this is fine. You're pushing me into this square. But now I am super stuck. And you're going to run into the TNT. Uh-huh. Can I just, like, push this into you? No, well, I'm dead. Well, couldn't kill the boss. Yeah. So that is Guncho. So that's basically the gameplay loop in a nutshell. That's basically it. It is roguelite. It's not roguelike, so there's no, like, upgrading. It's literally pocket size. 7 maps. That's the full game. So, how do I feel about it after playing a second 45 minutes versus my first hour? I definitely think there's a little bit more play to it than I thought my first time. So, one of the big issues I had the first couple rounds I played, because I ended up losing like 2 or 3 times on round 5 and 6. One of the big things I found that I wasn't crazy about was it seemed a little imbalanced, the amount of moves that you had versus the enemy AI. Now, while the enemy doesn't attack on the turn that they prep their attack, right? Because on their turn, they prep an attack. On the next turn, they attack, then move. They're still getting two actions a turn to your 1, because you can only move or attack, which again, like the implication is that you need to be very precise with how you're doing things. Or, funny enough, as I was recording this, I don't know I don't know what it was being broadcast for, if it's for the Steam Next Fest. It might be for the Steam Next Fest, actually. On the page, there was a broadcast of the developer playing the game. So there were a couple things I picked up on them, which I was able to kind of utilize here, which definitely helped my second run through. But one thing he was talking about is like, oh, well, you can, manipulate the enemy to basically kill themselves. But you can't really, because the enemy AI is basically random to you. Obviously there are times like the kamikazes are going to blow themselves up, right? But sometimes you just have enemies that walk in front of your gunslingers and they get shot. But you can't, like, I don't know that you can necessarily manipulate that, or you can have like two gunslingers on opposite sides of you shooting you and just move out of the way. One of them will die. So yes, you can use the enemy AI to kill themselves, but it seems to me like it's a lot harder to, it's a lot easier said than done. I think that, again, if you're, I'm not sure, I looked all over the Steam page to try and figure out what route the developers wanted to go with this game, right? Because they say it's pocket-sized. Okay, well, to me, pocket-sized implies either Steam Deck play or mobile play, right? Something that you can play on the play. If you're sitting down at your PC or your Xbox or PS4, I'm not sure what systems this is going to be on, to be completely fair, but if you're sitting on a sit-down console, you don't necessarily need something pocket-sized where you're looking for 20, 30-minute games, maybe. So are you looking for the game to be more like precision tactics, or are you okay with a little quirkiness? The way the game's set up currently, where you only have one move or action per turn, it seems like they're going for precision, right? And I talked about that earlier, so I'm not going to harp on that too much. But if that's what you're going for, it seems like there's a lot of randomness that kind of negates that precision. Again, with the enemy turns, the fact that you can't see the order that the enemies are going to attack in, and maybe there is a way. Maybe they go by the order that they were in the compendium, right? Or whatever it's called. Like when I pulled up the info on one of the characters, there was an order 1 through 10. Maybe they attack in that order, but I couldn't find that anywhere listed in the game, so I don't know exactly what the order is. And enemies spawn at the same time, so it's like not spawn order. So if it was more tactical and you knew the order they were going to attack, you could potentially use that as part of your strategy. But because you don't, that's a sense of randomness, kind of like, again, I'm going to delve into my roots here, but it's kind of like the difference between Magic the Gathering and Hearthstone, right? One of the reasons, like I always played local Magic the Gathering, and a lot of people that played at Magic tournaments did not like playing Hearthstone because they felt like, while it was fun and because Hearthstone has a lot of RNG baked into it, right? There's a lot of like generate this card, randomly deal X amount of damage split this way or that way. There's very high risk reward scenarios, which is very good for the type of gameplay they're going for. They were trying to go for and build a game that's better to be viewed. Magic the Gathering, while it's a fun game, it's an awful spectator sport. Hearthstone is much better in that sense. But the players who play Magic very much like to play for strategic gameplay, just like you would find on a chessboard. Like the best player will always win on a chessboard because every move can be seen from both players' perspective. Hearthstone, you can play a card and something happens randomly where, back when like Yogg-Saron was legal, you just slam it down. It's like, okay, we're going to cast 30 spells. We'll see, maybe I lose on the spot. Maybe it just pyroblasts me to the face. Or maybe I get 10 pyroblasts in a row and kill my opponent. Like, there's not really a lot of skill to that. It's just what happens. So, bring that back to this game. If you had a turn order that you could see, you could use that to your advantage as part of your strategy, more along the lines of Magic. But the way it is, you kind of have to play around with the RNG, like in Hearthstone. But if the RNG doesn't go your way, likely if you get punished, your punishment is literally death, because there is no room for slip up, which again lends back more towards the tactical, like the precision tactics combat. So there's a little bit of push and pull there that I don't feel like is super cohesive. That said, I do like the gameplay. The gameplay of Guncho is very fun. There is definitely a lot of strategy to be had. There's a lot of, like, you know, push pull, like dodging the TNT, dodging, you know, the different environmental mechanics, like the cactuses, the walls, all that kind of stuff. The gameplay is very fun. I just feel like there's a little bit of imbalance there that I'm not sure how to reconcile. You know, having things like ricochet, not knowing, is it going to hit an enemy or is it going to hit this TNT, which is going to completely screw up my turn? Or multi-shoot, the fact that I'm trying to think. There was a scenario in my first recording where basically the way multi-shoot it works is you choose your first target and then the other targets are random. And because of the order it shot in, it basically screwed something up. I don't remember exactly what happened. It's a bad example. And kind of going back to the move turn pool, how there's way more turns than normal. A lot of times you're better off just kind of dodging enemy attacks until you can line up a good attack. The problem with that, though, is if you wait too long, then the enemy wave is going to spawn and you're just going to get swarmed with enemies. And each enemy basically, right, it's 2 actions to your 1, and you just get outmaneuvered extremely quickly. And especially when you're on a small map, we got pretty lucky here in this run where whenever we did get swarmed, it was like rams and the cowgirls, so they weren't actually hurting us. But if you get swarmed, man, with like gunslingers and woodcutters, it can go downhill pretty fast. But all that being said, I think the Guncho is a fine game. Like I said, my only real complaint with it is that not feeling a real cohesive sense on whether it's precision or kind of quirky fun. But guys, let me know what you think down below in the comments. Am I just full of it? Am I being too hard on the game? Or, you know, are my opinions kind of in line with what you were thinking? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you liked the video, leave a like on this video. Help me out with that YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. That way you never miss a gaming video like this from me. But for today, I've been Ganyonz. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.